Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Wealth. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. We are actually approaching very quickly the 400 subscribers. At the time of this recording, we are 6 short. So if you could make me the favor of subscribing, that would greatly help the channel. So thank you very much. So just wanted to run over a few things today. So, as I mentioned, August, September tend to be not so very good months for the stock market. I do think we may have put in a short-term bottom, but as you can see, we are also trading quite sideways in the major stocks. In the major stock indices, of course, you have some outperformers like Nvidia. What a great quarter they had. I mean, that stock has been amazing. And that shows actually the power of artificial intelligence. I think we are just scratching the surface of AI. I do think the AI developments will be, if not more relevant, at least as relevant and as transformative as the internet was. So I do think we are in for some great 20, 30 years, or maybe some really bad ones. Who knows, right? At this stage, but I do think it will play a major role, and it can change completely the way we do everything almost in the world. Now, crypto, as you know, we had the big sell-off last week, and now been staying above the 25,000. I do think we're gonna see 22 to 24,000, and if indeed Binance goes bankrupt or disappears, I do think we're gonna test the old 15K bottom. That's my feeling. And this is actually consistent with the cycles. Typically, about 50% of the time, we actually make a double bottom. So in the previous cycle, most people forgot, we did have a bottom at 3,250 or so. And then when the virus came, it went all the way down to 3,800, pretty much putting in another bottom. Now, I wanted to discuss a few updates on what I consider my retirement bags. As you know, I'm a fan of the Richard Hart ecosystem, which has been targeted by the SEC. If you actually read the claims, they are quite funny in the sense that most of them actually make no sense at all. And it seems like it was done by someone who took 10 minutes to look at the project and just looked at it and say, hey, yeah, this looks like a scam, so that's a scam and that's it. For example, they are accusing Richard of misappropriating funds of PulseChain and PulseX sacrifices, which is quite funny, taking into account that you can actually go on chain and you can see that the sacrifice wallet, not one single coin is moved. So how can you misappropriate funds? And basically they said that he misappropriated and he was using them to buy luxury items, etc. But then you can go on chain and see that the sacrifice address has the same amount as it always had. Nothing has changed. So it actually makes no sense. And if you see other processes that are happening at the same time, Coinbase is filing for dismissal of the case. You also have other coins being targeted by the SEC, which are now being faced with dismissal claims, saying that there's no basis for the accusation, so this shouldn't even get to trial. Now, why all these sudden cases on the SEC, right? This is a good tangent to have. It's because their whistleblower policy, in case people don't know, if there's a settlement or if there's a prosecution in a case like this because somebody makes somebody goes to the SEC and basically just says to the SEC, look, there's a scandalous case going on here, please investigate this, and these are the reasons why this is a scam, blah, blah, blah. If actually some settlements and fines come out of it, the people who were the whistleblowers get up to 30% of that value. So in some certain cases can be millions of dollars. So that's why you see all these all these filings going around. I think it's now more than 100 coins. They've been targeted, and this is actually the reason why. But in any case, moving to the Richard Hart ecosystem, which I think we should stop calling it Richard Hart ecosystem, in the sense that as the coins and the projects mature, it should just be an ecosystem, not belonging to one single source. Same way that Bitcoin. In the beginning, it was all about Satoshi. With the passage of time, this actually dissipated. Now, what I wanted to discuss today is what are my expectations for the projects. Now, of course, there's been a huge sell-off, as everybody's aware. I think I'm still up in most of the coins, but barely. But nothing like 100x or anything like that. And by the way, I always, in these videos, I always put up my cost average below. And to me, I still try to keep accumulating as much as I can. I do think we're gonna see, my personal opinion, at the top of the bull market. Let's see if I'm correct or not. So as I mentioned, for good or bad, I'm looking at 2025. That's all that matters to me. I don't care about 2023, good or bad. So if in a month's time the whole thing goes up 10x, same story for me. I do think PulseX will do about 50x from the day one sacrifice rate. I do think PulseChain will do, I would say, about 150x from day one sec, and I do think X on Ethereum will probably go close to 10 to 15 cents. Sorry, but I don't think we're going to see new all-time highs on that one. And I do think PX may go to new all-time highs, maybe to $1 or something. Now, what if I'm wrong? What if it goes to zero? Perfectly possible. So I also always have other income sources and all other income streams to make sure that if that happens, I'm not living in, I don't lose everything. Oh my God, my life is ending. None of that. So it's very important to always have that planned. What happens if we get to half of half of my prediction? Yeah, then maybe this is why during this stage, I'm trying to accumulate as much as possible. Why? Because if I see certain signs that we're not going to get to my expectations, then I don't need a 50x or a 100x. Maybe I just need a 20x. Maybe I just need a 15x. Maybe I need 10x. That's my point. So to me, I do think this ecosystem will be the one that performs the best. I don't want anybody to take any of what I say as financial advice. That's not the point. I'm just recording my journey. And by the way, I've gotten actually quite a bit of hate around this, but this is my expectations and my predictions. And I talked about it way before. Let's say when the bull market comes, everyone will talk about many things. Now, the trick is to have the courage and the conviction to talk about them before we get there. It's a little bit like Michael Jordan used to say, about trash talking, that it's very easy to trash talk when you're ahead. But when the score is drawn or you're losing, that's when real men get found out. But in any case, this is my update on the system. Today, PulseChain was delisted from OKX. I never believed OKX was never a great exchange in any case. So the same way that I didn't feel excited about it, I also don't feel demoralized about it. To me, it's completely irrelevant. But in any case, it's important to be said. And we are indeed in the most frustrating part of the cycle and of these projects in particular. So let's hope that this matter with the SEC gets solved. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Richard simply is going to settle, pay a fine like EOS did. I don't know if he's going to fight the SEC like XRP, or if he's going to file for dismissal just like Coinbase did. So I don't know, to be seen, and I'll keep you updated. I keep my conviction on that point. You can completely destroy me in the comment section, it's fine. I accept all all dissenting views. You know, if you feel that other ecosystems will do better, to be seen. What I'm still struggling to see is the next big narrative for this cycle, like the next big thing. Last cycle, later ones, NFTs, dog coins. What's going to be in the future? I don't know. I need to see a sign. Maybe interchain operability. We'll see. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.